Hello and good day, and welcome to Robin in Southeast Asia's YouTube and Facebook channels. So today we're going to do a Wednesday outline for August the 12th, 2026. I'll move to Dalat from Iloilo, Philippines by that point, and we're just doing the research now today. Keep in mind, I've lived in Vietnam for 5 years already in the past, and only in the Philippines for about 4 months by the time I leave. Um, so let's get started. I've got my pointer. So we're doing Wednesday's theme. We have weekly themes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So cost of living for Dalat. You might be thinking, where is Dalat? So let's go look at that really quickly. Okay, this is a nice little map of Vietnam. It's got about 15 cities on it. So Dalat's right here. It's in the Coffee Highlands. Buon Mataut is right about here. I've lived there before. I have lived in Da Nang about 4 or 5 years. I've lived in Buon Mataut about a year. I've lived in, where is Ho Chi Minh? Right about here. I've lived in Vung Tau, right about there, about 6 months, most recently. And now I'm going to be moving in the next week to 10 days to Dalat. It's about a mile up above sea level. So its yearly temperature is like 20 degrees to 26 degrees. You have pine trees. You don't have palm trees at those temperatures. So it's very unique in that you can go 3.5 hours to Nha Trang, and you've got one of the best beaches in Vietnam. All right, so let's talk about Dalat. And this is a detailed map of Dalat, and you can see at least uh, 16 attractions, right? From strawberry farms, coffee farms, to temples, to waterfalls, to tea plantation. They have an airport. The airport in August of 2026, I think even July, is currently under construction. So I don't think it's functioning at the moment, but it will be soon. And yeah, as you can see, this is a very interesting place. And if you can believe it, it's got a hill named after my first name, Robin Hill. I have to find the story on that, don't I? Okay, so Dalat, cost of living, what does it really cost to live here? And I compare it to Iloilo City in the Philippines. In Iloilo City, I'm living in a premium apartment and it costs about 420 US a month to live where I'm at. I normally don't live this luxuriously, um, in my opinion, because I'm minimalist or modest in spending nature. Um, but when I review rent costs in Dalat, it's going to be at least 200 US cheaper. When I review food costs, like I can pay $5 US for a meal in the Philippines easily, but in Vietnam, it's often $1 to $2 US a meal. So both those get cut in half real quickly. Because I don't want to be the lowest, um, most frugal person in Vietnam, like I used to be, I'm going to go more middle of the road spending. I'm aiming for 800 US a month, and I can pretty much demonstrate that in this video. So I hope you're interested because you get a comparison to the cities within Vietnam with these videos, as well as the Philippines somewhat. And the Philippines is a beautiful country, don't get me wrong. It's just a little bit too expensive for my liking, unless you go provincial or you live uh, out of the bigger centers. We're going to cover all these topics, so let's go quickly. We've got quite a bit to cover. Okay, why I choose Dalat? Well, like I said, I lived in Dalat. No, I've never lived in Dalat, but I've lived in Vietnam 5 years already. About 4 years in uh, Da Nang, uh, 1 year in Buon Ma Thuot, and about 6 months in Vung Tau. I choose Dalat because it's cooler. It's at altitude, so you lose about 10 degrees of daily heat. That puts you in pine tree country, not palm tree country. So very unique. And then it's only 3.5 hours from Nha Trang, which has got a very lovely beach. So you can have the best of both worlds there, right? Okay, I'm going to go into, well, we'll do it this way. And then I have more detailed text below. You can just scroll through that at your own leisure. So housing, we have three levels of housing. Frugal would be like spending, remember, 2.5 million dong is about 100 US, okay? So 8 million would be a little over 300 dollars US per month for rent. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. It's about 300 US a month in rent, where I currently spend, oh my goodness, for a one bedroom in Iloilo, about $420 US. And then my electricity is about another $80 US in Iloilo City, Philippines. Okay. We have to kind of take into account how damp it is, the sunlight and ventilation, because we're in a cooler climate up in the mountains of Dalat, right? They're small mountains, but they're still getting you up in altitude. Electricity, what I pay here is about $80 US, but I'm amongst the palm trees, higher heat, but a very sealed building. So I pay about $80 US in the Philippines. There, you can imagine you don't need air conditioning much, so that cuts a lot of your utility bill. So you can keep your air conditioner up, but I may need it for maybe humidity. I'm not sure. At altitude, there should be less humidity by far as well. And internet's generally $10 to $15 a month. Total utilities, they're thinking about $60 US. I'm thinking it's going to be less because even the rate I noticed is about 2,000, something like 2,000 dong per kilowatt or something. And I think it's less than what I pay in the Philippines, even the rate. Okay, food, that's a big difference. In the Philippines, if you use Grab app, you can easily pay $5 US a meal or even more. And as you can see here, remember, 26K is one US dollar. You're paying $1 to $3, not five or six. So, like I said, food and rent are basically cut in half. And those are the two biggest costs for anybody anywhere on the planet. Transportation, I love to walk. So, but when I do take a taxi, I it's pretty cheap here in the Philippines. You can go for like 100 to 200 pesos in the Philippines, and that's about $1 to $3. Here it's about, I don't know what they're saying. Oh, that's per month is what they're talking about. Yeah, it's probably going to be about up to 40 or $50 per month, especially when I go visit the attractions to film them, right? I'm going to probably pick up a motorbike there, but I'm going to probably get my driver's license in that city because I've let mine expire. And that's something I would encourage everybody not to do. Don't let your driver's license expire overseas. Most countries you can go online and order a new one, and it's so much easier. But I made that mistake about 6 years ago. Mobile phone and data, yeah, it's about up $10 a month. That's what that is in Vietnam dong. But it allows you to do, one-time passwords for local banking. And uh, for me, it's a backup internet in case my fiber optic cable goes down when I'm teaching English online. Visa costs very cheap, really. The only added cost to Visa in Vietnam is every 3 months. That's 90 days. You have to go to say the Cambodian border, and that can be probably about $100 US cost to go there and back. And usually it takes about 15 hours to go there and back from a place such as Dalat, right? What I plan on doing is cutting out a lot of that time because Dalat has an airport, and I'll fly into Ho Chi Minh, and then I'll grab a group van because that's wonderful to socialize with people, and then probably go to the Mokbai border every 90 days. That way it cuts my long day from 15 hours, probably more to like half that, probably 7 hours. So to me, that's using the airport intelligently, right? Healthcare, medication, and personal costs. It doesn't matter what age you are, you might have medication at any age. But my medication costs are probably about $100 US a month because I'm a type 2 diabetic that uses insulin. I've done that for 20 years. And the key with diabetes is you always check your sugar levels when you feel off. And I've done lots of checking. I kind of know what foods will do to me. And I also gravitate towards meat, eating lots of meat. And I avoid bread and carbs, right? I'll probably have to do a healthcare video one day and help people. Laundry, cleaning, and household expenses. Yeah, you could probably put in about $60, $70 US a month. Entertainment and exploring Dalat. Again, Dalat's rich in places to see, at least 15 places. So I'm gonna be spending probably $4 or $5 million the first couple of months filming everything, right? But I look at vlogging as it's not something I have to do, but it's something I love to do because I love to learn. So really, I'm doing this from a selfish point of view because if nothing else happens, I don't make a dime off it. I'm learning, and that's number one for me. Three realistic monthly budgets. Yeah, you could probably survive on divide that by 2.5, right? Let's see, 2.5. That'd be about 500 US. This is more mine. It's more like 800 US. And then if you got lots of money, high pensions and stuff, and you want premium everything, you're probably going to be looking at about, let's see, you got 26 and another six. It's about 1300 US. Dalat versus Iloilo budget. I've been comparing the two all along as we talked, and I'm looking at Dalat in a proven way that it's going to be at least 30% lower than what I'm paying now, and up to 40%. So it's significant. What online cost of living websites get wrong? Well, the tourists will often go on vacation and spend five to $10,000 for 2 weeks. My goodness, if you think like a local or a resident, you could go for 2 to 4 months with that kind of money in most places. There can be hidden costs. You should have healthcare insurance or safety wing. Safety wing travel insurance is a really good one. From what I've researched, it's called Safety Wing. And you might have deposits for rent and stuff. That's normal. In the Philippines, it's often 1 plus 2. I know in Vietnam, it's usually 1 and 1. And that's more common in Canada as well. 1 and 1. Visas relatively cheap if you're close to the border, if you're for a visa run. But if you're far, you might have to add another $100 US, or even a little bit more if you're going to fly as well, right? Yeah. What I will verify personally, I've already lived there for 5 years in Vietnam in 3 different places. I already have a very good feel for it, so I'm not too worried about the lot. It sounds exactly right. Final verdict, my budget is 20 million Vietnamese dong a month. So that's about 800 US. And to me, that fits my teaching income, my pension that's going to start happening soon. It's a small pension, and much better than spending 1,200 US in the Philippines, where I'm at now. Mind you, again, in the Philippines, I'm in Iloilo City, a beautiful place, and it has, I'm in a premium apartment, which is, I did that for security reasons. Because when you're in a new country for the first time, you should put security first, right? Until you have the knowledge to back up your traveling. So could you live comfortably in Dalat on 20 million dong, 800 US a month? And which expenses do you think I have underestimated? You can put in your questions. What I've done on YouTube is I view all comments to get rid of the trolls, and then I approve them, right? But I'll answer them if they're positive, honest comments, okay? So thank you for watching. Let's go down here. So this is the outline. If you wanted in more detail, you can look at this yourself. Just pause it and read. I were to read this to you, it would probably drive me crazy. I think the way I did it was much quicker, but this is more text detail in case you need it. You just pause your video, take screenshots, and read it, or just read it off the pausing. I gotta go quicker. It takes long enough just to scroll it, let alone talk about it. But if you want detail, here's your detail. Almost at the end. We're getting there. All right, I think we're there. So thank you for watching again. It's a pleasure to learn together with you. Please do a thumbs up, like, and leave any comments you want. Like I said, I protect my YouTube comment section and I'll approve comments. Otherwise, you can get some really negative commenters sometimes that are called trolls. I don't want any of that nonsense. The other thing is please subscribe or follow. That's a great way to support, and you'll be updated because I plan on filming Vietnam in detail. I don't have to do it. I just love to learn. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.